Upon entering this video, you may already be drawn to a certain group of cards. If so, then that is the group of cards for your reading, but if not, go ahead now and take the next few moments to center in your energy with me, taking a deep breath in and out. Continuing to breathe deeply as I welcome you in here. So hi everyone, welcome in. I'm Venus, I'll be your reader for the time that we are together, and welcome back to everyone who has been watching me and supporting me all this time. So this is a little pick a card healing reading. This is going to be helping you guys, giving you guys the advices that you need to further along in your healing journey. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave what does not. And last but not least, in each of these readings, we're going to start off with the recent past. So if you don't resonate with the recent past that is shown, then this reading probably isn't for you, which is completely okay. There are a bunch of beautiful readers out here on this YouTube tarot community, so I highly recommend checking them out, discovering new people, checking out even the smaller accounts, okay? You don't need numbers to resonate with someone, so show some love, show some support if that happens to be the case for you and it doesn't resonate. So anyways, with that being said, hopefully you guys already picked a card, but if not, you can go ahead and pause this and take all the time you need, but without further hesitation, we're just going to go ahead, jump right on into the reading, and we're going to start all the way at the left, and that is going to be group number 1, making our way to the right, which will be group number 3, and we're going to start right over here, group number 1. Alrighty, and welcome into those of you who chose group number 1 for your reading. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're dealing with. For the recent past up here, we got the Hangman in reverse, and we also have the Moon. So what this is telling me is that you may have been coming out of, or currently dealing with perhaps, this period in which you weren't really allowed to rest, you weren't really allowed to pause and to kind of take a break. You were kind of forced to move on without really knowing, you know, where you were going moving forward. Perhaps you were forced to move on with having a lot of things hidden from you, not enough information. Perhaps, you know, you were just kind of felt like you're moving forward blindly, right? And it had to happen, you know, almost by force, or almost like you weren't ready, but the universe, God, you know, source, whatever it is you believe in, kind of just threw you into it, right? So that's where you're coming from with the recent past, okay, or what you might currently be dealing with or feeling. Now we do have here the entrapment card as well, okay, this oracle card on the side right over here. So this entrapment card, this is talking all about, you know, there's this sense of feeling caged in, there's this sense of feeling stuck, of feeling trapped, right? But it's like with the Hangman in reverse, it's like that feeling is slowly falling away. However, there's still that residual energy of feeling stuck, feeling trapped, even though you kind of are in a new season in your life, a new area, when you're kind of you know, you've moved forward, but of course that energy is still there, because if you've been coming out of, you know, a situation in which you always felt trapped and stuck, it's kind of hard to get out of that energy. So with that being said, this entrapment card is really saying, you know, it's this sense of being chained down isn't really, what's the word, substantial in real life. It isn't completely true, right? The chains that hold you down the most essentially are the chains that are in your mind, okay? So with the entrapment card, it's basically saying, you know, you just have to kind of learn how to rework those negative paradigms that say I am stuck, that say I am hopeless, that say I am trapped here forever. It's all about mindset, okay? That's the first step that you kind of have to take when moving forward. You have to really, you know, look at your life and say, if another person can make it out of my situation and make it 10 times better for themselves, then why can't I? You have to start looking at the world like that. If other people can, go into space, if other people can be millionaires, if other people can be out here living their dreams, why can't you? And that's something that you really need to start working into your mind and programming yourself with. So affirmations, doing the healing work, literally programming yourself is going to help you immensely getting rid of this feeling of entrapment. Now the bottom two tarot cards that we got here, we have the Two of Pentacles, and so the advice with the Two of Pentacles is simply to stop juggling, to just pick one option. So some of you may be juggling between two options, whether it's two jobs, two places to live, two people, and this is just saying you just have to pick. There's no more ifs or whats or no more shifty energy, okay? Because the universe can't deliver to you what it is you want. You can't manifest things if you're in this shifty energy, right? Because then the universe is going to read that. It's going to say, oh, okay, their energy they're putting out is shifty, so I'm going to go ahead, send them more things, that emulate that mirror that energy, right? And so that's why they say with the law of attraction, you have to be like super sharp focus, laser focus on what it is you want, and you just gotta, pick it, commit to it, and full send to it, okay? So definitely just pick one and stop all the doubt, stop all the, all the the negative talk, the negative self-talk. Just pick and just go for it, okay? So if you're trying to think of, should I follow my dreams or should I just take this, career that's going to benefit me in the long run, do what you know is best for you and what you know is going to make you the most happy, okay? I'm getting for a lot of you this shifty energy, this having trouble picking between two things is very much a battle of what you want and what other people have told you what you want, or what other people have told you, what you should want, okay? And at the end of the day, it's your life and you gotta listen to yourself, right? So anyways, and then the last card we got here is the World card, and this is such a beautiful card because it's basically saying that you are coming through to this period of completion. It's this period of finishing things up. And so the advice with the World card is definitely to say, start wrapping up all these loose ends, start tying up these loose ends, start checking off of your boxes and start preparing for a new life, because that's what's coming in for you. And so the biggest takeaway from this reading for you guys watching it, it's definitely that sense of entrapment in the mind. It all starts in the mind, okay? They can put the chains on your body, right? Don't let them put the chains on your mind, okay? You can feel as trapped as you want in your physical situation, but if your mindset is also saying, I'm stuck here, then you're always going to be stuck. And that is so important. That's the one thing that you have to make sure that no matter what's happening on the outside, your mind is solid, okay? It's your greatest enemy and it's your greatest savior, okay? So that was your reading. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. Very much appreciate it, okay? If not, no worries, no hard feelings. I'll put down my Cash App if you guys want to donate a bit if you like this reading. And I'm also open to private readings, so I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter and I have a highlights thing on Instagram, and hopefully by now I'll be able to update my YouTube about section, but that's where you can see all the information, so you can contact me, DM me, or email me. Either way works, and we'll get you booked and we can do a personal reading for you if you really enjoyed this, okay? So with that being said, again, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye! And welcome in to those of you choosing group number 2 for your reading. So I'm really excited about this reading. I think it's a really beautiful reading. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right on in. So the top 2 tarot cards that you see here, we have the Three of Wands and we also have the Emperor card. So the Three of Wands and the Emperor, this is telling me that you are coming out of a period, or are currently still kind of in this energy, right? In this period of, well, the Three of Wands, this is all about having a vision. This is all about, visualizing the wildest life that you can imagine for yourself. This is visualizing, you know, things out of your wildest dreams, okay? This is kind of this sense of freedom even, right? Okay, we have this man standing on this hill with these 3 staffs, and he's looking out, into this vast sea, and there's just you know, ships that are docking and leaving, and he's looking out, and it's that vision of like, I can be anything I want, and I can go anywhere, okay? And then we also have, and I'm sorry if you see my cat on screen, they enjoy coming in and out of these readings, but anyways, we also have the Emperor card right over here in the very top. And then the Emperor card is all about having this sense of control, having this sense of, you know, manifest destiny. The Emperor conqueror, right? He goes out into these new worlds, and he builds his empire. And with these 2 cards combined, it's really telling me that you're either in or getting out of this energy of, you know, having this huge vision, this huge dream for your life, and feeling this sense of power within yourself. Okay, it's like you stepped into your power and you acknowledge it, and you're realizing, in a sense, your God-like qualities. You're realizing that you are this creator being on earth, right? But, okay, but below those 2 cards, we got here the 2 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So your advice, my dear friend, is if we look at these cards up and down, you can see how similar they really are, right? Again, we have the man with the 2 staffs, except there's a bit of a difference. So let me actually show you this card right here. There's a bit of a difference. Let's get that focused in. So with the 2 of Wands coming through, right, it's a bit different, because instead he has this earth, right, this globe in his hand, and the difference between the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, excuse me, so the main difference between these 2 cards is essentially this sense of grounding, right? Because these 2 cards are all about having that vision, having that dream, having that aim, that huge goal, like knowing that the world is in your hands and you can be anything that you want. But the difference is having that earth, right? That earth quality. He's holding that globe in his hands, and it's that difference in grounding, okay? And then the message is reiterated with the King of Pentacles, right? The Emperor, he has this vast idea of this empire, of these riches in his life. But the King of Pentacles, he has to put 2 feet on earth. He has to put his hands in the dirt, and he starts building from ground up. And so your advice in your healing journey is to learn how to develop this sense of grounding. Okay, it's learning how to start small, not worry if you're not as big as you want to be yet, not worry if the things that you want have manifested yet, not worry if you don't have an empire yet, okay, because we all start from somewhere. And that's what the King of Pentacles tells us, that things take time, that things take work, and that things do take time to grow, and there's gestation periods, and that you have to get down and dirty sometimes, and you gotta do it, you know. You really have to work, and you have to become grounded. Okay, it's one thing to have the vision, but if you aren't doing anything in the physical reality to make room for that, okay, you can become sidetracked and lost in dreamland. So it's this balance between spirit and earth, okay? So an example of this can be, let's say you're trying to manifest like a partner or whatever, right? So it's like, what physical things are you doing in your day-to-day life that are preparing you for manifesting your partner, right? And when you imagine yourself in a relationship, how do you look? How do you dress? How do you act? Who are you? Are you matching up to those criteria that you have for yourself? Maybe your goal is to lose, like, I don't know, gain or lose 5 pounds, and you'll feel better about yourself, and you'll feel better about going in and dating, and perhaps you haven't done that yet. So the first step for you in the physical world would be to do that. And then another way that people, you know, can prepare for their manifestations is, You know, let's go back to the example of manifesting a partner. Some people actually make space in their closet, and some people start sleeping on one end of the bed to make space, to make room for this new person in their life, okay? So again, it's becoming grounded, doing practical things, taking inspired action in your day-to-day life to make your dreams come true, because they can come true, okay? You can do, have, be, or anything that you want in this lifetime, okay? It's not exclusive to just rich people and celebrities, right? You can definitely live out any life you want, and there's so many people who are living proof of it, okay? Now, your overall advice, we have here this huge oracle card on the side right here, and this is the alchemy card, and this is such a beautiful card because it's just a reiteration of your power. This is kind of like the magician card in tarot, and it basically says that you are definitely this co-creator on earth. You do have these tremendous manifesting powers, okay? If you don't believe me, I highly recommend looking into the law of attraction and all the laws of the universe. If you guys are watching this though, you probably are well aware of those already, but that's what this alchemy card is all about. It's acknowledging your godlike power and putting your emotions to work, putting your energy to work, and beginning to manifest these things, okay? And so a big part in your healing journey is going to start developing that manifesting skill. The more you can ground yourself and bring your visions into reality, the more you will feel better about yourself, and the stronger your manifesting powers, I guess you could say, are going to end up working out, okay? So, let's see. I feel like that's about it, yeah. So just working on your manifestation. And look, one way you can go, so one thing that a lot of people end up doing is they start off by saying, okay, I'm going to manifest this, and this, and then they end up, they start big, right? They're like, I'm a manifest this Lamborghini, and, or, you know, or this 2-seater, I'm gonna manifest this Benz, and they get so hyped about it, right? But it's like, they don't start small, they don't, so for one, there could be the inner blockage of, can I even manifest this? If you're so used to, you know, driving like a beat down Honda Civic all your life, is there a negative self-belief in your mind that you've programmed for yourself that tells you that you can never have a better car than that? So the first step would actually have to be physically programming yourself and getting rid of your limiting beliefs, okay? And then the next step to manifesting that would obviously be to, you know, begin doing something to get you closer to your goal. Maybe you start saving money. Maybe you get your license. Maybe you can't even drive and you're already thinking about manifesting a car. So, you know, it's stuff like that. You have to become grounded with your manifestations, okay? And this is what turns people away so much from things like the law of attraction, is because they'll start really big and it won't happen for them, and they'll wonder why when the universe is sending them you know, all these opportunities to grow and to fix their mindset and to learn how to develop this wealth mindset. The universe will send little things before it can send the big things, and people will see these little things and be like, okay, well, that didn't work, right? And so it's a process. So develop your manifestation skills starting small. And sometimes it doesn't start with manifesting tangible things. Sometimes it starts as simply as, today I'm manifesting happiness. And then it's working to, you know, put yourself in a better, something just fell behind, whatever. And then it's working to put yourself in that better mood, okay? But anyways, big takeaway for you guys in this group that chose this group of cards is to work on your manifestation skills and learn on becoming grounded, because you are really powerful and you are turning into this new point in your life. You just have to develop that sense of grounding, and then trust me, you'll be unstoppable, okay? So that was your reading. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even a subscribe. If not, completely okay. But if you guys wanted to donate, I'll leave my links down below, but I'm also open to private readings. So if you enjoyed this so much and you want to spend 30 minutes to an hour with me, or if you even want a small little session with me, I have a lot of options, and yeah, you can go ahead and book with me. So I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter account, and I have highlights on my Instagram that talk about all of that and how you can book with me, so do check that out. And hopefully by now my about section on my YouTube channel will be updated, and you can also look for the information there, okay? So with that being said, thank you once again for watching. I wish you guys the best of luck on your healing journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Why, hello! Welcome into those of you who chose group number 3 for your reading. Alright, so recent past, what you maybe probably have been going through or are currently coming out of. This is the energy you may be currently coming out of. We have up here these 2 cards on the very top. We have the High Priestess and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so with these 2 cards, this is telling me essentially you may be coming out of a time or period, or may still kind of be in it, but anyways, essentially a period in which you kind of felt left out in the cold. You guys could have actually been kicked out. You guys could have actually just been rejected really harshly. Okay, this is like the energy of being given the cold shoulder, or being like left out and feeling insecure, feeling like it's like a lack, it's like poverty mindset. It's like that feeling of hopelessness, right? But however, we do have the High Priestess card here, and the High Priestess with the 5 of Pentacles in combination is essentially saying that even though you went through that, okay, you've learned so much from it, and you actually, in a sense, kind of see how it had to happen, because the High Priestess is all about like this divine inner knowing. It's all about this divine wisdom and being in tune and being enlightened and being in touch with your feelings and emotions and the world around you. It's that divine feminine energy, okay? So this to me tells me that, you know, you could have been coming out of a rough period, but you gained so much more wisdom from it, and you are, you know, in some way, shape, or form too, for some of you, this can act as enlightenment for some of you. Most definitely. Most definitely. Like, this was a very eye-opening experience. Without a doubt, you learned something from it. Okay? And you could have unlocked some power. Okay, and that sounds crazy, right? Like, you unlocked powers, right? Now you can levitate shit, right? Not really, but by power, I mean, this is like just unlocking that godlike capacity that all of us are not really tapped into, because we've been programmed by society not to be. And what is that? I mean, it's definitely possible that you can levitate things, but it's more so to say realizing who you are on this global scale as this little piece of consciousness that is part of a bigger whole, and then realizing that everything else is you. Okay, so that is the energy that you guys are kind of coming out of or currently dealing with. So your advice, we have here the Death card, we got here the Magician card, and we also got here this big Oracle card that says, how teachable are you? Now with the Magician card and the Death card, so let's start with Death first. The Death card, the advice of the Death card is to go through the fire. Okay, no matter how painful it is, no matter how hard it gets, go through it. Okay? This is your rebirthing period. This is a chance of a new beginning. This is a life and death, birth and rebirth. And this is like the phoenix dying and being born again from the ashes. So the advice of the Death card is definitely saying, you know, definitely go through the fire. Allow yourself to go through this period, and you will be reborn. And you will be so much stronger and wiser than you were previously. And it also says, put an end to anything that is no longer serving you. So it's saying put an end to any relationships, any things that aren't serving you. It's put the nail in the coffin to everything that brings you down, okay? I know some of you are watching this, and you definitely have that one thing on your mind that's like, I need to end this right now, I just can't keep doing this, and you guys have been hesitant, and I know I can feel it, Okay, so this is a sign. This is your sign that you just have to end it. You have to cut it off. Okay, and for some of you, it's like that fear of, losing something and not having something to replace it or fill its place, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. Because what this death card says is that there's always going to be something greater that will come through, okay? It's that, for those of you who are religious, okay, there's that saying in the Bible that is, God's cannot be created nor destroyed. And then for those of you who are leaning towards more scientific, right, it's like energy cannot be created or destroyed. So what are we? We are energy. So it's like no matter where we go, okay, no matter what we do, no matter what we think we lose, nothing really goes away. Everything's energy, and it all comes back to us. And so this death card is really saying, you need to clear and make the space, because your manifestations can't come in when these old things are blocking you and keeping you and holding you back, okay? So one way to put it is, let's say, this death, let's say, is coming to your personal character. Let's say it's your personal self. Okay, you can't become this person that you were meant to be if you are living in the person that you are right now. So think of your wildest dreams. Think of the person that you want to be. Think of who you see in your mind's eye when you think of yourself living that life you want to live. How are they being and how are they acting, and are you emulating that? And so that's kind of one way, a metaphor, I guess you could say, of how this death card works, okay? It's basically saying you need to put an end to everything that is not going to be correlating and emulating that vision that you have for yourself, okay? If you want to be a master chef, what are you doing going to school for engineering? If cooking is your passion, then do that, okay? So again, death is saying what no longer serves you. And what death calls you to realize is that we all have this end on this earth, okay? None of us are going to be in this flesh suit, okay? These characters that we've created for ourselves. None of us are going to be this character, right? For long. Even if you do believe in like reincarnation, you're going to be another character. You're going to be a different person. You're going to be a different, same soul but different story. And so this death card is saying, don't waste any second of it, okay? And with the Magician card coming through, the Magician card is saying basically the same thing almost. It's saying, again, realizing your godlike power. It's saying you are the magician in your life. You can be whatever it is you want. And it's all about working your power, living authentically to yourself and working on your manifestations. The Magician card says that you are powerful, and it's a very powerful reminder of that. And the advice with the Magician card is saying, visualize, dream, go out there and start living your dreams and start manifesting and start taking that inspired action, okay? That is the advice that you need in your healing, and I feel like a lot of you are getting this advice because you could be too stuck in your past or too stuck in what you think you should be doing or what you think is right. And then your biggest advice here, we have this huge oracle card right here, and this oracle card says, how teachable are you? And that's the biggest thing for you right now. It's how willing are you to let go of the things that no longer serve you? How willing are you to say goodbye to that old life? And for some of us, it's something that our hopes and fears are closely linked, and for some of us, it's like we could be wanting, okay, let's say, for example, let's just say you want to be rich, you want to be a millionaire, but you grew up from poverty, right? And so the close link between hopes and fears is because, let's say, poverty is your comfort zone, your comfort level. And so when you actually try to step out of it, that's when the doubt creeps in, that's when the fear creeps in, that's when the negative talk of everyone you've ever known creeps in, right? And so this how teachable are you card is basically saying, when you step out of your comfort zone, what are you willing to let go? Are you going to be scared and go back to your old ways, your old mindset, your old beliefs, other people's old beliefs? Or are you going to step out bravely and accept that you don't know everything, that you don't know how things will end up, that accept where you are and who you are at this time being, but accept that you're also ready to learn. Okay? And that's the biggest thing for you right now, is that the universe is essentially, God, universe, whatever it is you believe in, is essentially saying that you are in this period of learning and teaching, right? You, Five of Pentacles, you got kicked out, you got knocked out, you got left out in the cold, rejected, whatever, okay? And the universe is saying, are you learning now that you're on your own? Are you learning now that you have nothing? Are you learning? How teachable are you? Or are you falling back? Because you have to look at this being left out in the cold as a clean slate, a fresh new start, okay? Because that death card is right there, and that's saying this is what it is. This is your death and rebirth. This is what it is. It's a fresh new start. So how teachable are you? How badly do you want that life that you want? Are you taking the steps to manifest it? Or are you being closed-minded? Okay? So that was your reading. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. If not, completely okay. And if you really, really enjoyed it, I am open to private readings, so you can go ahead and book with me. My Twitter has a pinned tweet, okay, where you can see all my services and testimonials. Same with my Instagram highlights, and there should be an about section. Hopefully I've updated it by now on my YouTube channel, okay? If you want to go ahead and check that out and book with me, I would be more than happy to have you. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye!